Good morning, Gemini. First of all, I'd like to say that we're having a dress down day today. I've got a big fleece on and I've not painted my nails. I'm trying to give them a bit of a break because some of them have gone a bit funny coloured from all the nail varnish. So I'm just kind of trying to let them breathe a little bit and uh, yeah, just giving my nails a day off. And I think some of you might feel like you need to take a day off. I know that I didn't really. It's not that I didn't want to do your reading today, Gemini. It's that I was just a bit tired, and I wasn't feeling particularly enthusiastic. I'm feeling a little bit paranoid about being judged. I do sense that there are some people who are making fun of me a little bit, and that's okay, and that's okay. Um, but sometimes when you're faced with feeling judged, or you're faced with criticism, or resistance to what you want to do, I think it can quite be quite off-putting. It can stop you from doing the things that you enjoy. It can stop you doing the things that you want to do. So I sort of wanted to talk about that a little bit first and say that um, it's really important, I think, to be true to yourself, to not wear a mask, to be authentic. Sometimes you have to adapt a little bit to move into different situations in life. If you're normally very, very giddy and silly and you're going for a job interview, you might want to tone that down a bit. But I think it is important to be as true to yourself as you possibly can be, and also not to judge others. They say, don't they, just judge not lest ye be judged. He without sin cast the first stone. And I think there is too much judgment in the world at the moment. You see outrage on social media a lot of the time, and sometimes it can be over something very small and mundane, and not really that important in the grand scheme of things when there are so many awful things happening in the world. And I think there's a sense of people riling each other up a bit, and sort of losing their heads a little bit about what's important. And I think it's really important to be accepting of other people, even their faults, and accepting of your own faults as well, because nobody's perfect. Not a single person is perfect. We all have our faults, and I think I think we need to learn to love our faults and sort of look at ourselves in the cold light of day and say, well, this is who I am. I know I've got these faults. I accept myself anyway. I can continue to work on those faults, to try and be a better person. But yeah, I have to have love for myself, faults included, before I can extend that love to other people and accept them and their faults as well. Um, and I think that when people tend to mock or judge others, I think it comes from a place of fear or an insecurity within them. I think casting judgment on someone else gives that person a sense of morality, a sense of, oh, I'm better than you because I'm judging you, when actually that person has their own faults and issues that they need to work through as well. So I think what I would like to see in the world moving forwards is letting go of this very judgmental, very intolerant energy, and moving into a more supportive energy, sort of collectively, where people are more willing to support each other and guide each other and help each other become better from a place of love rather than hate. Anyway, that's my little speech over for this morning. But I'm here. You can't let fear hold you back from doing the things that you want to do. You can't let the opinion of others hold you back, because there will always be people who criticize you for what you do. There will always be people who don't accept you for who you are, and you can't live your life by other people's prejudices. You have to create your own rules. You have to create your own version of yourself. You're a unique person in the world. You're here to carve your own route, not somebody else's route. I feel like somebody needs to hear this today. Some of the songs that came through, I had the Jokes on You again. I think that was from Aries' reading this week. So you might be connecting with an Aries. I also got Heaven is a Place on Earth by Belinda Carlisle, which is funny because I had a Belinda Carlisle song yesterday as well. So it's moved from Billie Eilish week to Belinda Carlisle week, I think. I got Connection by Elastica and Danger Danger from the Birds of Prey soundtrack. So I'll leave all those in the description box below. And you can, if any other songs come through, either during the reading or while I'm uploading the reading, I'll also put those in the description box for you. Blah, 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 can't speak. So, Gemini, let's see what the universe has for you today. It looked like, in your last reading, it did look like you were trying to enter into a relationship, like maybe there was someone you had your eye on. So I'm quite interested to see how that turned out, if I'm connecting with the same group of Aries. Okay, so we've got 3 of these cards today. Do you know, I'm not actually sure these 2 were meant to come out. Let me just think, do I need to? I'm going to keep the Maiden because that was the one that was face up. I'm going to put the other 2 back in. One's on top and one's in the middle of the deck. I'm going to shuffle again and see if anything else wants to come out. If they were meant to come out, they'll come out again. Oh, and there was a card there that I didn't shuffle. That was the father. So there may be a father involved, possibly. So, yeah, it definitely wants me to take 3 cards for you. What's going on, Gemini? You can't just have one thing. You have to have all the things. Finger in every pie, Gemini. So you've got the Maiden, the Tear, and the Riddle. So I was saying that there could be a love interest for you. I feel like the Maiden could be either you or a love interest, the way that your love interest sees you. Perhaps somebody's feeling a little bit lost in the woods. You can see all this woodland here. It's very pink energy. Like, it does make me think of like love and desire with the orange. Perhaps a sense of wanting to get away from it or to escape. I forgot to write that down. The REM song, The End of the World as We Know It. Towards the end of it, it kind of says, I think I need some time alone. I think I need some time alone. And that was a terrible tune, but I don't want to really sing and get in trouble with YouTube for copyrighted music. So I'll just sing it badly, and you know what I mean. But it kept on saying, I think I need some time alone. I think I need some time alone. So maybe there's a sense of wanting to escape, like to go to a little cabin in the woods with someone that you're attracted to. Yeah, an escape, getting away from the world, running away. Run Away by Taylor Parks is in my head now as well, and I don't know what I've done with my pen to write that down. Run Away, Taylor Parks. There we go. The Tear. I'm trying to get something here. It's something like the tear in the crown. Because they're a jewel. So it's like a teardrop. Like a crystal teardrop. I don't know if that means anything to any of you. Maybe it's a decoration that you have. But it's almost like... It's like beautiful emotions. It's like something that's made you quite tearful. It could be sadness, it could be like happiness, but something that's stirred a very deep emotion in you. Something's really sort of connected to your... It's really kind of like tugged at your heartstrings, pulled at your soul kind of thing. Really, and it's kind of like a beautiful tear, a beautiful... It's like a sad cry. I don't know. So that's 52, 52, 5 and 2, 7 and 8 there. And this would be 8 as well, wouldn't it? 53, 5 and 3 is 8. So you've got 8, 8 and 7. The Riddle. Yeah, it does feel like you're puzzling over something. I feel like there's some kind of conflict in your heart space. I think perhaps you've been quite stirred by something. Something's kind of connected to you on quite a spiritual or deep emotional level, I think. Something has really kind of really touched you, and I think you're trying to make sense of that. What does that mean? Yeah. I'm going to keep pulling clarifiers for this. So we're going to get an overall energy. So what's the all over energy surrounding the Gemini at the moment? Okay. Oh, this is fun. So you've got the lion in the upright and the rabbit in reverse. So this rabbit, I always see them as being like in danger mode. It's like flight or fight mode, or even like not even flight or fight mode. It's like they're struck by fear. They're standing still, sort of deer in the headlights. They're on high alert. You can see his ears are raised. He's listening for all the sounds. So you may be feeling very much like, I feel like you have been feeling very much on high alert, especially if there's kind of like gossip or people making fun of you or a paranoia about this. Perhaps someone's judging you for your choices. So you can see very, very heated as well behind this rabbit. It's almost like there's a fire around. The rabbit's in the middle of this forest fire, and all the trees are burning around it, and the rabbit doesn't know which way to turn. So it's like his senses are dulled. He doesn't know which way to run. He's not trusting his instincts. But as soon as he acts, as soon as he moves, I feel like his instincts will kick in and he'll know where to turn. He'll know where to run. But this is in the reverse, so I feel like this energy is passing. Whatever that was for you or for someone around you, that's kind of passing now. It's you're coming out of that. And I'm seeing this lion as well, where the lion is about confidence, about strength, about perseverance. I get that more from the polar bear, actually. But I was talking before about owning your truth and being very secure in who you are. I'm hearing unmovable. So if you can get yourself into a place where you love yourself, you are, you have that inner confidence, that inner pride, that's going to be very give you a sense of stability and strength, and you're going to feel like you're immovable. It's not even like this. This lion, he's just looking at the hare. He doesn't look like he wants to attack the hare. Perhaps the rat. I don't know why I'm calling it a hare and not a rabbit. That may be significant. It could be that the rabbit feels like it's angered this lion. If a rabbit angers a lion, there's a good chance that the lion's going to eat the rabbit. It's going to attack the rabbit. So, and maybe a sense that somebody has upset someone who's more powerful than them, who they look up to. You can see the rabbit's kind of looking up to the lion. But the lion's quite cool. It's not as heated. It's not as angry as the rabbit thinks it is. It's kind of simmering a little bit there. It's definitely noticed what the rabbit's done, but it's not triggered. It's not. It doesn't feel any need to move towards the rabbit. It doesn't have any need for retaliation or for vengeance. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. It's like the rabbit's too small to affect the lion. The lion doesn't care what the rabbit's doing, but the rabbit thinks, oh no, the lion is angry at me. I don't know what kind of relevance that has to you. You're going to have to kind of work out who you are in that situation. Has someone angered you? Do you feel like you've angered someone who's kind of higher up than you? So I was just pausing then to have a bit of a sip of. I've got green tea today. I've got green tea in a Starbucks mug. It feels a bit wrong. I feel like I'm betraying Starbucks by having green tea. Okay, so I'm moving on to the tea leaf deck actually now. So that's very appropriate. I'm getting some more cards for your situation. What's going on, please, for Gemini? So we've got the fly, a period of ill health or depression. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of dark energy here. Around this tear and around this riddle. Yeah, it's like either you or someone around you is really trying to process something here. I'm also seeing the how the fly is drinking that honey. There may be a sense of overindulgence. When we're struggling, and I think this applies to all of us. When we are going through a period where we're struggling, it can be quite hard to look after ourselves. We can tend to self-comfort with things like food or alcohol or other kind of vices, but a lot of the time they don't actually help the situation. I know that I've been working on myself for quite a while now, trying to get myself into a better version of myself. I do kind of feel like I've changed from this fly to the lion, because a few years back, I think it's sort of while I was doing my university work and I was quite stressed, I was drinking too much. I was drinking more days than not, and not an excessive amount, not sort of passing out from it, but definitely more than I think was healthy for me. And I think that kept me stuck down. I think that actually made it harder. It made me not feel as well when I got up in the morning. It made me not sleep as well. Made me not be able to mentally process things as well, which caused more stress and anxiety and depression. I was quite depressed there for a while. And I'd say probably about a year ago, I started getting really working on my health, and now I've got a rule that I don't drink more than once a week, and even then when I do, I don't drink too much, a little bit too much, but not a lot too much. You know how it is. So, and I've been doing a lot of yoga as well, and I feel like the combination of these things and eating more healthily and working on my mindset as well, I'm in a much better place, a hugely better place, like several tiers up the ladder than I was a few years ago. I still get down. I still have those inclinations sometimes to be like, I'm just gonna have a drink. I'm just gonna eat this cake. But I know that in the long term, the more I look after myself, the better I feel. So I feel like that is a message for someone. If you're overindulging, or if you're using some kind of food or drink or other vice as a crutch, that's just keeping you stuck down in the depression, because you can't think clearly. If you're not looking after yourself, your brain isn't getting the nutrients it needs, the sleep it needs, then you're not going to be able to solve the riddle. You're not going to be able to get out of that maze. That could be a message for you or for someone else. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Slowly but surely getting ahead. So yeah, I do hope that you're making some sort of progress here. And I feel like it is slowly but surely. I was saying that, this has been at least a year for me that I've been, really working on myself and really doing a lot better. It is a slow process, and there are pitfalls. You can see that the tortoise is kind of facing backwards. So there's a sense of like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, making the progress, having a bit of a blip, making a little bit more progress. But as long as there is some progress, then you're on the right track. Okay, let's go and get some more cards from the Tea Leaf Tarot. Oops, there's too many cards. They didn't actually fall out. I just they just did flip and fall on the back of my hand. Okay, there's one hid in the deck, so we'll find out what that is in a minute. We'll keep it there as a bit of a surprise. But you have this tower. So this is a different tower than the tower in the tarot. It has a different meaning. You can see it says solid foundation, success with effort. So if there is something you've been working on, and I feel like it is yourself, you're making progress, and that progress is creating a solid foundation for you and success, but it does take effort. And I feel like the only person that can get us out of these kind of swamps of consciousness is ourselves. We have to be the person to make a decision to do this, and it can be really easy to blame people around us and say, oh, I've had a bad day, so that's why I need to have this cake, or this person really stressed me out, so I need to, I'm just going to have this, I'm just going to, I don't know, smoke today. And it's really easy to blame other people for the choices that we make, but we're the only ones that make that active choice, and we're the only ones that can choose a different choice. And it's hard. It is hard, and I understand it's hard because I've been there myself. So but I feel like the more on this process, this self-awareness, this insight that we have, leads us to these solid foundations. I'm in a much more secure place. I'm definitely more in lion energy than rabbit energy than I was a few years back. Okay, the handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Okay, interesting. Pay attention to any conversations you might have with strangers. So let's see what this one is. This one that's hiding. Barrel. Oh, interesting. I think barrels were kind of a feature of a couple of readings last week. I don't know if it was towards the end of the week, so I don't know if it was like Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, but there was barrels in a couple of those readings too. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Yeah, and I feel like this can keep you stuck in this place when you're feeling that lack mentality. And I encourage you to Google lack mentality, because you'll find lots more helpful tips if this is applying to you. But if you feel that lack mentality, sometimes it can keep you, it's almost like a victim mentality as well, of like, why don't I have this, why don't I have that, why does that person have the nice house, the nice car, the good kids? Again, it goes back to a feeling of like everybody has their issues. Some person might have a nice car, but they might have a horrible wife. I don't know why I said that, I'm sorry. Or someone might have that perfect life on the Instagram, but they may be really unhappy underneath. So I think it's a case of reassessing and saying, well, what do I have in my life? What are my skills? What are my personality traits that people gravitate to? What are my strengths? And then also looking at the things that you lack objectively. Sorry, 1 second, I think my daughter might be coming. No, it must have been a wee ghosty. I thought somebody pushed the door open, but they didn't. Spooky. Okay, so something lacking when you do feel like there are things lacking in your life, love, money, or goals. I know that I'm lacking goals. I never know what I'm doing with my life in terms of goals. That's why I have this tell me what to do. Will you just tell me what to do from Fleabag? It's kind of like my scene. That is my life. Just tell me what to do. So when you do have a lack mentality, I think it's important to say, well, what do I want and what can I do about it? And sort of break that down into tiny manageable steps, sort of bullet point things about, well, I can't do that right now, but what can I do? Oh, I can ring the bank. I can tidy that mess that's been sat there looking at me for ages. That'll make me feel better. I can wash the pots. That'll make me feel better. I won't have to, and it can be tiny little things, but once you start crossing things off that list, it kind of it gives you, it kind of releases endorphins to know that you're completing tasks, that you're ticking those boxes. And that can motivate you then to get more things done. It's kind of that initial motivation that's the hardest part. And again, I say that from experience. I understand how difficult it can be, especially when you feel like it's really slow progress, like you're a tortoise and all the effort that you're putting in isn't actually getting you anywhere. I understand how that feels. Okay, so let's move on to finding a little bit more about your situation. What's causing all this? What's going on around you? Oh, look, you've got the clover, so luck could be coming in for you. Again, this could be someone coming into your life who is going to either give you an idea or spark an opportunity. You've got this handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important, so do be aware of the people around you. There may be a chance encounter, a stroke of luck coming your way, but you're going to have to really pay attention to be ready for it. And also, I feel like if you're in this dark place where perhaps you're like the fly, you're not really looking after yourself, this is almost telling you, be ready, because something's coming in for you, and you kind of want to be at your best when this comes in. You know, you want to be in a position where you can take the opportunity. So if you need to get your hair cut and the hairdressers are open, get your hair cut. You know, if you need to shave your legs, trim your beard, whatever you need to do, and this will help you feel better as well. If this isn't going to be for everybody, there's going to be Geminis watching this who are like, I'm fine, I'm the lion, what are you talking about? And that's great that you're the lion. Just have a look at the people around you, because someone else might need support. Excuse me, otherwise just burping at you. This lovely, charming tarot reader burping at us. Yeah, otherwise just leave this reading. This isn't for you. But if this is you and you have been in this quite dark place where you've got you're trying to navigate this maze of thoughts, feeling the lack, doing these little steps. And again, it's making these lists of little things you can do. I curled my hair yesterday. It's just a little thing I can do, and it just makes me feel a little bit better. Do the little things that make you feel better, and be ready for when this chance comes in, this luck. 6 of Pentacles as well, so it's some kind of equal give and take. Could be a work opportunity, a project, but I feel like it might give you something to focus on to take you out of this kind of circling round and redirect your thoughts. Okay, so cool. That's something to look forward to there. And again, you might have to really pay attention. And when it comes in, oh wow, okay. And before I say what the next card is, do pay attention when this comes in, and don't let your fears and your dark side, Anakin, don't let your dark side hold you back. Try and get this lion confidence. Try and get yourself into this state here, because when this comes in, it's a big opportunity, because the next card is great fortune. Now, don't go thinking you're going to win the lottery tomorrow. That's not what this means. This means more that there is potential for great fortune. So you could be, like I said, if you're starting a new job, it could be a job where you feel very, very fortunate. And luck and fortune as well have similar meanings. So this doesn't have to mean wealth. This can mean a fortunate event, a fortunate meeting, but it's great fortune. Big, a very, very big, fortunate, lucky encounter, I feel, is coming your way, with a huge amount of potential in it. So you do want to try and be this lion so that you're ready to take it. Be confident, be secure in yourself, in your abilities. Try and get yourself out of any of this dark energy that may be holding you back into a place that isn't healthy for you. And I know that's difficult. I know that's hard to say, but you use this as an incentive to try and take those first baby steps to making yourself feel better. Okay, so can you tell me more, please? What is this? Can you tell me more about this luck, this fortune that's coming in, please, for Gemini? What's the luck or fortune that's coming in for Gemini? Oops. Can you tell me about the luck or fortune? I think they want it to be a surprise for you. Oh, no. Oh, so it's something that's going to make you feel really, really passionate. It's the Ace of Wands. So it can be a new creative idea. It can be a new project. It can be a newfound passion. So a new hobby that you feel very passionate about. But be open to new things, because the aces are new. This is something new or someone new. It could be a romantic relationship. Yeah, and it's gold as well. It's golden opportunity, or it's a golden idea coming your way. Yeah, something very fortunate that's going to make you feel passionate, creative. And the underlying there as well just shows the Four of Wands. So that is that can be a party, that can be a wedding, it can be celebrating with people around you. Yeah, it's a card of like kind of celebrating. I'm just gonna have a sip of my tea. So yeah, things are looking up. Thank goodness, because that was heavy energy at the beginning of the reading. Quite a few cards just flipped out then, but I did see the Fool. So the Fool is about a brand new start in something, sort of taking a leap of faith. I put it back in because it was just kind of in a chunk of cards. It didn't actually come out, but it may have significance there for you. So we've got strength here twice now. We've got the strength with the Lion card, and strength with this Wolf card as well. So yeah, I feel like when this comes in for you, I do feel like it's going to require a lot of strength to move forward with it. Having that strength is a key message here for you. And I feel like when you have been through something that has felt like a difficult process, when you do start to come out of the other side, you do have a newfound sense of strength. It's almost like I'm a survivor now, rather than feeling like a victim with the lack mentality. It's like I survived that, I've come through that, I'm stronger now than I ever was before, because I know that I can survive this now. You also have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about working with other people. And again, you have this, it's right under this handshake where I've put it down, and this hand. So it's like this handshake. It's like an offer coming in. You're going to agree. You're going to shake your hands over a contract, or shake your hands in agreement for something. And it's, this golden hand here. You're entering into some kind of relationship where you're going to be working together with other people, and you're going to have a specific skill or a specific talent that you're bringing to the table here. So it's not that this is charity. Don't think that this is them coming to you because they feel sorry for you. This is because they need you. They need your pentacle, they need your skill, your insight in a specific area, because that's what they're lacking. They have different skills that they can bring to the table and that you can learn from. So entering into a partnership there, working with other people, and I think that's really good. This project, I feel, is going to be good when it comes in for you, whatever that means to you. Here we go. So I'm going to pull a card for your heart space. What's going on in your emotions right now? What are you feeling in your feelings? Oh, that was just the cards slipping off the top there. Just pop those back on. Cards are being a bit naughty today. Gemini. Got some nice cards here. You've got Temperance and the Two of Cups. So again, a partnership, why aren't you focusing? A relationship coming in for you here. It could be love. It must be love. The song "It Must Be Love" came into my head then. It must be love, love, love. It's kind of an equal give and take as well. So as I was saying with this Pentacles, if you feel like this is charity, it's not charity. This is equal give and take. This is a balanced relationship. Two of Cups is a very, very positive card when it comes to relationships. Again, could be love. You've got that Maiden card there, which was making me think it could be love. I'm just going to write "It Must Be Love" down before I forget. It must be love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best. Okay. I think that because I'm a Libra, so I'm all about love. It's like, love's the only thing that matters. Like, nothing else matters. Okay, Temperance. Temperance is patience, balance, being temperate. So again, I get the feeling that some of you may be drinking too much. Try and be more temperate. Maybe if you're drinking every day, do it every other day. If you drink 5 drinks a day, try and get down to 4 and then down to 3. This isn't the cold turkey card. This is the be more temperate card. So it's not saying, I mean, you know what works for your situation. If you think you have to cut something out, but I'm not seeing that message here. I'm not seeing any of the swords, like the Queen or Knight of Swords energy here. This is just saying take a more balanced approach. You can still dip your toe in the water, but keep your feet on the land. Don't go jumping completely into that water. This is you can see there's a lot of happiness behind her there. The sun's coming through. You've got the rainbows, all these flowers. She's an angel. So take a balanced approach. It's like that tortoise again. Like, take a steady. Some of my friends were talking about dieting. This week, actually, quite a few people have been talking about dieting this week, and people having different approaches to dieting and sort of saying what does and doesn't work for them. I know for myself that I can't cut something out. Sometimes I do, actually. Sometimes it's like, right, no more. But a lot of the time when I try and cut something out, it just makes me think about it more and crave it. So I always find a little of something that's bad for me is better than trying to resist it completely. That might be helpful for you if you haven't tried that technique yet. It also teaches self-control. I'm the sort of person, I can't have a packet of biscuits in the house because I will eat all the biscuits. So I know not to buy biscuits or not to have a biscuit because then I'll eat the rest. So that so you have to know like where you can moderate yourself and where you can't, and sort of work towards that. But I am seeing this kind of slow turtle energy as being the kind of the route to your success down here. Don't go rushing in all guns blazing like this Ace of Wands. Be balanced, be patient, don't expect too much. Little progress, little and often progress is kind of a key thing that's coming out for your reading today. Okay, let's get what's going on in your thoughts. I'm a bit scared of what's going on in your thoughts, to be honest. It looks wow, yeah, you're overthinking, Gemini. I said here it's like your thoughts are like this maze. I don't know where to start actually. Right, I'll just show you them all like this. Wow. Feeling out in the cold, some sort of a loss. Five of Pentacles, it's a loss of something tangible in your life. Loss of a job, loss of an opportunity, loss of possessions. Yeah, Pentacles tend to be about something that's tangible, and something that you can hold, something that in the 3D. So yeah, work, career, home, could be love because I've seen the kind of roses there on that stained glass. So yeah, a missed opportunity, something that didn't work out, so some kind of something you've lost, a friendship you've lost perhaps. Yeah, it does. It's like out in the cold energy, so it's like all the light is inside here in this church-like building, and these crabs are trying to get in, but they're shut out. They're monsters. Have you been feeling like a monster? Have you been feeling like perhaps because you've been in quite a dark place that you're not fitting in at the moment with where you want to be fitting in? I'm so sorry, that's really heavy energy, Gemini. It's making me sad that some of you might be feeling that way. You're not monsters. You're not. I think you're just in a place where you've been struggling a little bit, or this is someone connecting with you. So someone may need you to reach out to them if they're feeling like they're a monster. You know, that's sad. Going to this end, there's an imbalance. These are. Well, I'll use that one first. The Six of Pentacles is about balance, but you can see the scales are not balanced, and she's trying to share these pentacles in a way that is equal. Shout out to my rodent friends. And she's very, this is kind of quite a humanitarian card as well. You know, some people would want to exterminate the mice, but she's being very generous and caring, you know, and he's taking something off of there. Yeah, kind of entrepreneurial, philanthropic. But this is, with this being in the reverse, this is an imbalance. There's some sort of imbalance in someone's mental state at the moment, and I feel like they're struggling with it. Like I say though, there's a lot of opportunity coming in here. The Sun is in reverse. The Sun is the Leo card. So we've got 3 lions now, or 3 strength cards. Yeah, 3 Leo cards. You could be dealing with the Leo. The Leo here, strength card here, lion here, sorry, strength card here, and the Sun card, which is the lion card. So these all carry the same connotation. With it being in reverse, this is a lack of strength, a lack of confidence, a lack of clarity. Excuse me. So yeah, in your thoughts, in your headspace. I'm sorry, I don't know where all this is coming from. Yeah, a sense of not being able to see things clearly, imbalanced, not seeing the light, not having any strength, and Not being able to make a decision. This is the Seven of Pentacles card, not the Seven of Cups card, but I do see it kind of in a similar way because it has all these roses here as well. So maybe not being able to make a decision in love. Perhaps you've put a lot of work into something and you're not seeing the results. You don't know what to choose. You can see how indecisive she kind of looks. Is it the right time? Is it not the right time? Yeah. Quite a lot going on for you in your headspace. What is in the upright in your headspace and your thoughts is this Pentacle and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, you can see here, has... how am I going to describe this to you? Where do I start? Okay, so the Pentacles are about some kind of tangible offer or new plan, new idea. So there's a new idea or offer either that you have thought of or that is coming into you. I'm noticing this. I'm drawn to this ivy around the hand. Perhaps your hands are tied. We're getting a lot of hands here. We had the handshake. We had the golden hand here. So there's some kind of golden opportunity, but someone feels like the hands are tied. And the Knight of Pentacles is the person bringing this offer into you. And with the owl, I feel like there's some sort of knowledge. So that, yeah, whatever this is, it's information that about a plan, information about a job offer, an opportunity of some kind of news about something sort of quite solid and tangible. Now, I don't know if you're the Knight of Pentacles wanting to make the offer but your hands are tied, or there is a Knight of Pentacles trying to send you an offer, but either your hands are tied and you can't accept it, or their hands are tied, they can't offer it. So perhaps they're trying to take a different route. Birds represent communication and literally like Twitter, or Twitch as well. Like if you're a bird watcher, you're a Twitcher. So there could be some information coming through on social media or social platforms. If this person's taking a different route, perhaps. So look out for communication about some sort of offer. And I feel like it's going to be this golden opportunity, this creative project that you're going to feel really, really passionate about. And it's going to feel like a stroke of luck as well, when it eventually does come in and get off the ground. Really watch out for that. Try and turn this card upright. You need your strength. So conserve your strength. If you feel like you've lost strength, work on yourself. Try and get yourself into a better state of health, a better mindset, because this is going to come in for you, and you're going to have to be prepared. You're going to have to be feeling your best, I think, because to get the best out of it, what you put in is going to be what you get out. Don't expect to sit there and have someone just come and give you a fortune. That's not how life works. Sorry, I'm getting a bit bossy now. I'm really sorry, but this is what's coming through, so I have to say it. You can't just sit there and wait for an offer to come to you. You can't just sit there and wait to win the lottery. That's very unlikely that's going to happen for most people, even with the luck card and the great fortune card. You might do, if you win the lottery. Remember who tipped you off on that one? But most of the time we make our own luck. Fortune favours the bold. We have to take action. The Knight of Pentacles, knights take action, even though the Knight of Pentacles is kind of the one that takes the longest. He's the turtle of the knights, the tortoise of the knights. Oh, and the tortoise and the hare. Oh, how did I miss that? I bet you were all screaming it at me, because I was saying I'm getting hair from this. The tortoise and the hare. It's telling you, be the tortoise, don't be the hare. Don't go rushing in. The slow and steady route is the way to go. Right, okay, brilliant. We got there in the end. I knew there was something else that was missing there. So let's get an advice card for you. What's the best advice we can have for our Gemini buddies? That's not good advice. Is that good advice, Gemini? Is that the card that we wanted to see? That is not the card I want to see. Financial constraints. Energy Oracle deck. What are you giving us here? Right, let's read what it says. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with little money but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money might be tight at this time, so rein in your spending and be circumspect about your financial requirements in your life. Circumspect Penelope, that's from the Odyssey. I don't know if that rings any bells for anyone. This is not a time for indulgence, so be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and bide your time. Things will get better, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value money and the good things you already have. So yeah, I was talking about that lack mentality of feeling like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, my life isn't where I want it to be. But try and look at the things you do have and use your resources wisely. This is telling you, and I feel like eventually great fortune is going to come in for you, but perhaps this is a lesson you need to learn about valuing the things that you do have and using your resources wisely. I think I was talking in one of the other readings this week, I don't know if it was Aries or Taurus, about smoking. I got the impression that someone was smoking and they had a card about improving their health, and it was like, well, if you stop smoking, you're going to have more money because you're not going to be spending so much money on smoking. And it was the same. I found the same thing for me because I was spending too much on alcohol. Again, I wasn't an alcoholic. I wasn't alcohol, but I didn't have an alcohol problem, but alcohol was a problem. So yeah, drinking too much and spending too much money on it. And as soon as I stopped doing that, as soon as I was like, right, one day a week, I've got all this money to spend on tarot cards, So, I'm surprised at how much better I'm doing financially because I didn't realise how much I was spending on other things. So that's definitely a message for someone. Take a leaf out of my book and you'll feel a lot better. But it is a long process and it does take time. Yeah, it can be a struggle. But I think you've got this, Gemini. You're a very intelligent sign. You're a very analytical sign, and I think you can self-evaluate. And like I said, don't beat yourself up too much. If you have this back and forth, sort of 2 steps forward, 2 steps back energy, as long as you're trying, as long as you're making steps, even if those steps are tiny, as long as you're making steps in the right direction, then that's progress. And I think you'll be able to look back and say, in 3 months' time, you'll be able to look back and say, oh, actually, when I look at it, when I look at all those tick boxes, I've done so much. I've done a lot more than I realised at the time. Yeah. I wish I had a happier reading for you, Gemini, but I do hope that something in there has been helpful for you. And I do wish you luck on your journey. You do have a lot of... I'm just going to leave with these 2 cards. Oh, 3 cards. You have some good stuff coming in for you there. Keep your head held high. Someone's having a chat outside my window. Just to leave you with the song, when you walk through the storm, keep your head held high and don't be afraid of the dark. I'll pop that in the description box below, but I feel like it's a good song for some of you to hear right now. Okay, Gemini. Chin up, Chuck. Take care. Bye-bye.